Okay, for today we study about the load balance. Yeah, this is the load balancing. For the object of this session to understand the function of load balance and describe about the how what difference among the on-prem unmanaged and managed load balance design. Understand difference of the type of the multi-AC multi-operating zone based on elastic load balancing design and understand feature of the uh, classic load balancing, network load balancing and application load balancing, and we have the new called gateway load balance. And describe how describe the component of the CloudWatch. Actually, we study the CloudWatch for monitoring in the previous session. How to monitor the auto scaling. We can use CloudWatch uh, to monitor because the CloudWatch is a service for the monitoring, right? Monitoring the state of the in on off service in AWS. We can use the CloudWatch to monitor and even to config auto scaling and elastic load balance. I will show more about the config this in the lab uh, session. Or today I will demo the lab for you. In trade, uh, in pawn production, we can use the Roboland to offer the high traffic environment. If you see at this picture, in the exiting on the on-prem, we have if you would like to load balance something like this is load balance for DNS load balance, and this we can call application load balance and database load balance like this. And when the traffic coming high, you can use the load balance to switch or to serve the load of your insight, because the modern server serve thousands of the million concurrent requests, right, from the user or client, and the best practice, you need to uh, add more server, and we call this load balance. And in the previous we study about the auto scaling, right? Auto scaling, it support the this practice general require the adding more server. We can use the adding more server based on auto scaling in the EC2, right? The EC2. The system needs something to distribute workload. If need to distribute workload to this server, you can use the load balance. On-prem machine with the load balance software to distribute traffic. For the unmanaged, in the cloud, we can use the EC2 based on the load balance software. But if you use the managed, you can use the elastic load balance. Unmanaged, we can call the fixed. Fixed, right? Fix the load balance based on your software, load balance software. But right now we talk about the managed uh, the load balance. We can call the elastic load balance. Let's talk about the elastic load balance. In the nickname ELB. A load balance act as the traffic cop sitting in the front of the server and routing client requests across on the server, right? Is to put this, right? This we call LB, load balance. In this section, from the client to the application server. This is app client, right? Client request request for the virtual machine container public car or opting this, we can use the load balance to contain the and balance the load when user come. If a single server go down, the load balance can redirect the traffic, right? Redirect the traffic to remain online server. And when a new server is added to the server group, the load balance automatically start to send the request to it. Then the ELB distribute traffic through the multiple EC2 IP container and maximum speed and capacity. For example, if you use this the load balance for okay, if you have the some web application cafe web inside the cafe web, right, we have EC2 1 and EC2 2, right, instance. You have second server to make the public online. We can use DNS, domain name. When the user come, for example, if you user type www.cafeweb.com, the load will come to this we call endpoint for this ELB. This ELB like this can switch, right? Sometimes the user request the first session, they will request they will send traffic to the EC2 one. EC2 one will have the IP address, right, and respond to back to the user. For example, if EC1 in available in the AC1A, for example 1A, and EC2 is AC1 1B, for example. If client connect, the first session will come in the 1A, server in the 1A, and the second session will switch to the EC2 based on the operating zone 1B, based on the load balance, right? Just three, the load balance will manage the traffic who is the load in this is available. And if you add more the server, right, is the load is not enough, right? The load EC1 EC2 threshold is 80%, for example. The load balance can trigger like auto scaling to make new server, to make new EC2 instance, and can when the EC2 this digit in the group of the ELB, we will see the load balance. For example, is 1C, right? When the coming in this, the load can share to 1A, 1B, and 1C to serve the traffic from the user. If you look at this slide, distribute incoming application or network traffic, right? If you need application, we will use ALB, application load balance. If you use the network traffic balance, you want to balance the network, we can use network load balance. You can use based on your service. Network traffic across multiple target in the single availability zone or across multiple availability zone network, and application can use the load balance type. Scale of your load balance as the traffic at your application change over time. For this is the symbol of the load balance. When you see the icon like this, we this the icon for the ELB, right? ELB. Here we can manage EC2 container IP address and lambda function in this is example for the load balance. This slide show the type of the AWS load balancer. We have four type of this. First we call application load balance, we call ALB. And next we call NLB, network load balance, and the gateway GLB, and the classic ALB. But right now the classic like quite obsolete because this if you go to the menu load balance, you will see only application network gateway, and this is type for if you would like to use the some in the period you can use. And when you talk about the load balance, you have to know one thing about the part network part. If we compare with the OSI model is the 7 layer of the model principle of the how to communicate from the one to one, right? Based on the over the internet. We need 7 layer to achieve this. First is the physical layer. Physical layer, this type called the packet will send bit, right? Bit 0101 we call bit, right? When you plug, for example, level physical layer like LAN, right? UTP, LAN interface, LAN cable. This is sent from the signal from the electrical signal, right? In the binary signal bit. And after bit, we call the layer 2 is the data link layer. Data link layer talk with the frame. When you send the packet from this computer to this computer, you have the layer 1 is we call layer 2 is in MAC address in the class network interface card, and then packet we call layer 3. When you have the IP address and you have the gateway, we stay in the network layer. And then if you look at this is 1 2 3 we can call media layer. But 6 7 5 6 7 no 4 layer, this we can call host layer. The segment the transport layer talk about the end-to-end connection and reliability and talk with the segment. But for transport layer is very important. When you create some security group, right? Security group, you have to allow TCP, UDP, and the port number, right? For example, if you would like to allow HTTP, you allow the 80, right? Port 80 number, right? TCP 80. This is the function of the transport. But the session layer, session as when you open the browser in many tab, this part will control the session. Presentation support about the data represent and encryption. For in this okay, it separate data to data what the data type, TPG, media, MP4, .text or the MP4, like for example. This is we call presentation. We call presentation layer. And the last layer we call application layer. Application layer will participate with connect with the user. When user connect, will connect from application and then do down this, and after the physical the last physical, then we will send the return, right? Return the message or on or packet to user. This is we call 7-layer based on OSI module. But right now in this we compare if you use application load balancer, it means you focus on the I think I clear. If you ALB, you will cut from this ALB. This is we call ALB. It's talk about the after the we call this 4576. We can use this transport layer for the if you use HTTP and HTTP traffic. Like we use the transport layer. We not use this if application load balancer. Operate at the 7-layer, right? Like application layer is used for the application architecture. But in the network load balance, it focus on the media layer, like protocol TLS, UDP, static IP address, and this transport layer is used for of the million of the requests per second. But gateway load balance is the load balance of the gateway. It's used for the third party virtual appliance using the we call GENEVE protocol and operate the OSI layer 3, the network layer, like routing, right? It's used to improve the security, compliance, and policy control. In the classic load balancer is used for the previous generation of EC2 and the classic network operate from layer 3 and layer 7. The transport layer and application layer is used and is used if upgrading to auto load balance is not feasible. But right now in AWS you use this classic load balance is an option, not mandatory. Okay, for the first load balance type, right? We call application load balance. The picture of this when user come, right? Like HTTP for the web browser, right? Web HTTP, HTTPS will come to the balance for the load. But this is stand for the lambda, right? This is EC2 instance. You can use both. Can use the application load balance. But the key highlight based on your operation, right? If you choose ALB, you have to concern about when you need to flexible feature set your application with this HTTP and HTTPS traffic. For this, operate the request level application load balance and allow thing and visible feature target at the application. But for the network load balance, what different? We focus on the VPC, right? We call VPC the network part. It means load balance for the VPC session. And network load balance we focus on the TCP, UDP, TLS. This is for transport layer 4. Right? When you use the NLB, when you need the ultra high performance, I mean based on traffic of your use. If you would like to protect or improve for the performance of the network layer, you can use this. Gateway load balance is mean maintain, right? Load balance when you need to deploy a manage fleet of the third-party virtual application to support GenIF. This application enable to improve security. This gateway, I mean, if you have the gateway more than one, right? I mean, traffic you will go in many route path, right? Route path or route way to connect the destination, right? Based on your gateway. For example, is a gateway in Thailand. If we talk about the provider of the service internet, we have AIS through NT, based on something like this. This is we call the gateway, because this is we call provider. But in the academic term, we can use the UNINET. UNINET stand for University Internet, the academic internet. In the classic global LAN, you will see this previous generation, because in the previous we have three load balancer, ALB and classical and network. But classic load balancer are the previous generation of the. We recommend that you migrate to the current generation load balancer. You can use this. How elastic load balance work? When you add, when you create a load balance, you have to make some something we call listener, and then you have target. Target means destination. That you need to deploy is in or send the data, send the traffic to the target, to destination. Listener will check for the connection request and load balance routing traffic to only healthy the target. I mean, if listener and load balance already check the target, for example, is EC2. If the EC2 running, the load balance will switch the user, send the traffic. But if the EC2 will gone, is down, the listener will check, and traffic from user incoming will not send to the EC2, not down is server down like this. With the ALB balance and network, you reach target in the target group and route traffic to the target group. I will show you in the lab practice. With the classic load balance, you register in the stand with the load balancer. But right now we focus on this. When we talk about the benefit of the elastic load balance, first is secure access to the web server through the single DNS, right? For example, when you come to the www.facebook.com or google.com, you will see a lot of the server IP. For example, I will show you this. About this. In the window, we can use 88 lookup. www.google.com. You see, this is a lot of the. How many server of this? They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, around 15, right? 15 the server, 15 instance, 15 server this, and all of the 15 server, it have the one domain, right, called google.com. For example, Facebook. Okay, this it have two CNN. Okay, this is one have only one AP4 and one AP6. But Google, they have a lot of the server to provide to serve the traffic from the user. And benefit number 2 is decouple environment using the both public fetching and internal load balancer. And next can provide the hybridity, right? Hybridity and fault tolerance. If we talk about the 5 pillar, right? The hybridity parity is mean operational at the pillar of operational operation. And fault tolerance is the for the pillar 4 maybe for the about the auto recovery, how to back up this how to prevent the fault, right? How to detect the fault and can your monitor the fault. We can use the pillar 4 concept. And to provide high availability, you can use the distribute traffic to across, right? The keyword is across multiple operating zone, multiple AC. You can use this and increase elastic and scaling within the minimal overheads. And regular, we can use health check for your instance and enforce sticking it with the cookie. This is the picture of this picture of the benefit of this of ERB, right? Access through the single point decouple application provide high availability, increase and elastic and scalability. For the ERB use case, we can use for the high availability and fault tolerant application, content application, elastic and scaling hybrid environment invoke the lambda function and VPC. You can use it have a lot of use case for use the load balance. This slide when you design the internal and public, we can call external, we can call zone, like the picture, this picture we have two zone. This zone it we can call public zone, right? Public zone, when user come, user will can connect, right? You can connect for this in front end, we can call front end, but in the back end we have the 4, right? 4:2 instance. This is for when you use this, we can call the private zone, right? We have public zone and private zone. And public zone, the user cannot access to directly to this based on your security, because we segment, right? Separate zone, private zone and public zone. And you can use the health check. Crucial, I mean, the important when you use the load balancer, you have to know, right? The load balancer is work or not. You can use, you have to health check, right? You have to check the status of load balance. And the health check is done for the port. You can see in the number of this, like if the response is not 200 is mean 5, right? It's okay, it's 200, but it's response error something, it's not 200, it mean the health check based on the load balancer is not work. And not in health check can use the port number this. In the behavior and the action of the elastic load balance, for any instance registered with the ELB, if the interval for health check is set to the 20 seconds, and the number of successful health check is set to the 10, then we'll take at least 200 seconds before ELB route traffic. How to calculate this? Like just use the set to health check, how many, right? 20, and multiply to the health check is set to this. It's been we have to wait 200 seconds, right? 200 seconds before ELB route the traffic instance. The health check also define the failure threshold, like for example, if the interval set to 20 seconds and the failure threshold is set to at a 4, then when the instance no longer respond to request, at least 80 seconds will elapse before is it taken out of service. It's been set like the temporary down, and then before they taken out of service. When you when they request at least 80 seconds and no response, right, they will taken out of the service. If the instance is terminated, traffic will no longer be sent to the terminated instance, but they can be a delay before the load balance is aware that the instance was terminated. Therefore, it is important when you de-register or decide the instance before terminating them, instance will be removed from the service in a much shorter of amount of time if they are the de-register. For the load balance, right, we can use the security group to make some security. I feel like this picture, user come from the HTTPS and HTTP from anywhere, right? Actually, this security group should, if from anywhere, it means 0.0.0.0 that 0, right? It means the load balance security group we allow, right? TCP this to this and this. And application security group is the source port is named like this. You will see more detail in the lab. This is troubleshooting for the load balancer. When you connect to browser and you get the seed the number code like this, it may have the problem. For XX it may error client introduce error. 5XX error application include error. Load balance error 503 mean a capacity no register target, right? But for if you respond browser response 200 is mean okay, right? Again, for the monitoring you can use the CloudWatch metric to give the aggregation stat. For the load balance stickiness, for the load balance we have some, if you employ the cookie for the stickiness and expire date you control, you can use this, because sometimes we allow the same client, right? The same client connect redirect to the same instance behind a load balance. We can employ the cookie, and you can make sure your user does slot in the session data, and enable stickiness may bring in imbalance. Imbalance is not balance much, right? Imbalance to the load over the back end of EC2 instance. You can set the load balance stickiness like this: name, type, schema, ability zone. This is some config for show. And the next cross zone load balancing. For this typical ELB this and the load balancing we can call in each we use set 10 target receive 10% of the traffic. It's been share load, right? It's been share I mean this share, every instance you share it 10, but if you see the server from ability zone B is more than ability zone A, right? If you use the cross zone load balancing, but actually we can use some percentage to segment load balance. Is the up to target, right? This is to target in the operating zone A receive 25 of the traffic and is the 8 target in the operating zone B receive 6 point 25 of the traffic. For environment where client cache data lookup incoming request might favor one of the operating zone. Right. Okay, cross zone connect. Okay, for the cross zone load balancing, we have the classic load balancer and application load balancer network load balancer. But today we will focus from application load balancer. But I will show you about what the classic load balancer. Right now it's disabled by default. Connect for the CLB connect connection. We can use between 1 and 3600 second, but default is the 300 second. You can use set value to 0 is mean you disable of this, like here be this. Okay, from some activity for the load balance. If you have the question like you must support traffic a contain application, you can use the application load balance. The key suggested application. You have extreme spike and span TCP traffic is mean network, right? You need simple load balance will get multiple protocol. You can use classic load balance. You need support to a static or elastic IP. If you talk about the network layer, you can use network load balance. You need a load balance that can handle million of requests per second while maintain the low latency. You can use network load balance. You must support the HTTPS request. You can use application load balance. Like this, you have to drag and drop. I think this question will appear in the final as well. Load balance monitoring. As already show, we can use the CloudWatch metric, right? Access log, anyway, CloudTrail log. Okay, the key takeaway for this session, the elastic load balance can distribute incoming application of the or distribute the network traffic across multiple target in one more operating zone. Elastic load balance support the 3 type of the load balancer. Right now we have 4, but because the classic actually 3, but the classic will archive right now, classic and the gateway GLB instead for this type type of load balance. Application load balance, ABB network load balance, and classic load balance we call CLB. Elastic offer ELB offer the instant health check and security and monitoring. For the classic of the classic load balancer, you can use it to distribute traffic, incoming traffic across the multiple EC2 instance in multiple operating zone and increase the fault tolerance and ability of your application. In the classic, and support TCP, HTTP, HTTPS as well, health check and TCP and or HTTP base. And you can fix the host name of the DNS if you use the classic. But right now the classic like quite obsolete for this session. You can use only the classic load balance to support the own EC2. This is the how to create the load balancer. of the CLB classic. But this step I will show you in the lab for this. Let's focus on the application load balancer because today we use this application load balancer. Application will fit for the class and fit for the microservice container based application. Is focused on only the HTTP and HTTPS. There will be support the multiple HTTP application across the machine. We call the target group. Load balance to multiple application on the same machine as well, like for example the container. Routing the table or different target group. Routing based on the path in the URL. You will see more detail in the lab as well. When you config the load balance, this is load balance use case. We have to config first. We have to config listener to, and you have to add the target in the target group. And the last one, you have to make the health check to check the health, right, of this target group is work or not work. We can use the health check. To register the target load balancer and config the health check to load balance, we'll use for the target. We can create the target group and add the member and as instance to the target group. This slide show the based on the traffic, right? When the client request and we have the LB, right? The LB will balance like the target group user for application and did it for the search, right? Keyword for the different type of the uses, right? Target group or for the user application. But if some user request and then you use search, they use search, the application we come to this group, right? This group, and we have the instance to serve in the group as well. Target group EC2 instance can be managed by auto scaling group, right? EC2 task managed by ECS itself. Lambda function IP address must be private IP. ALB can route to the multiple target group and health check at the target group level. Okay, if you create the ALB, you can select the ALB and configuration name, my first ALB and listener, right? Okay, listener based on if you use the HTTP this, if you use the HTTPS, you will change to 443, right? And okay, after you create, then you just register the target group, right? You have to add EC2 to the register in the group. Okay, if you first example, if you come to if you copy the when you create the application load balance, you will have domain name, right? This is you just copy this domain and type in a browser. You will see that this, you will see the information from this as well. And the network load balance for this network load balance, the last one, network load balance is the function at the layer 4 down to layer physical, right? Network LAN focus on layer 1 until layer 4 as well. It's been IP address and transport layer, right? Layer function of layer 4 is transport layer of the open system OSI layer to forward TCP UDP traffic, handle millions of requests per second and less latency when you compare with the ALB application, right? If you need need the low latency, you can select, you can choose the network load balancer. For the extreme performance TCP UDP, right, you can use network. For TCP and load balance, select a target based on protocol, source IP, port destination, you can use the network ALB because they support the network layer. Right. UDP, for the UDP, right, the load balance select a target based on the protocol, source port, destination port, right. In the both of these, it look like similar, but different. I mean, destination port, TCP, is not support if UDP, right? They will have the TCP sequence number. But the network global LAN, you can, I mean, this can serve both of TCP protocol and UDP protocol. Compare this. If you have TCP and TCP coming this, if you have TCP loop, but TCP in the HTTP is been HTTP 80, right? TCP, but it port is 80. Okay, for the lecture of the elastic load balance is done. Next, I will show you about how to create the hybrid available environment. We show in the lab. For you have to open this and click in this and scroll down to module M10 right. Module 10, module 10, and then lab, guide lab, create hybrid available in this. And I will record in the next record this.